Yo, what's the deal? What's the deal? It's your boy, who is Hendo, and we back talking sports. So, this is a requested video by my boy Zeddy. Shout out to him. He actually one of the first people that I met on met on Twitter that supported my channel. He's a Bulls fan. He's really cool dude. Really knowledgeable. A lot younger than me, but he definitely knows his NBA. So shout out to my boy Zeddy. So I want to talk about Kobe in Game Sevens and the context behind his stats. Now, on the surface, his stats don't look that good. You got 22 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, only 2 turnovers, 38% shooting, which is not good like that. 37% from the 3, which is really good. 67% from the free throw line. That's not that good. Now, on the surface, that looked terrible, right? But Kobe was about what? Winning. He's 5-1 in Game Sevens. Now, the first Game 7 was the infamous 2000s when they was down 15, where he had 25 points, led the team, 11 rebounds, led the team, 7 assists, led the team, 4 blocks, led the team. 47% shooting, only 25% from the 3, but he only took 4. That 50%, this you got to remember, this was his second year starting. 50% from the free throw line, but he plus 8. Second Game 7, he dropped 30, 10, and 7, and 2 steals. Now he shot 38% from the field goal line. From the field. But you got to understand, the 2000s was one of the toughest eras to score in, one of the slowest paced eras. 80% from the free throw line, plus 8. Now, this next one was when his team was god awful. Straight awful. 24 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 50% shooting, 50% from the 3, 80% from the free throw line. So, he showed up that game. They lost. That was the infamous when they blew that 3-1 lead. This next one was probably one of his worst Game 7s. But they still won the game. 14 points, 5 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks, only 1 turnover, but a terrible 4 for 12 and 1 for 4 from the 3, 5 from 6 from 3, but a plus 20. That had to be a blowout. Let me go and check this. That had to be a blowout. Let me just go check this, man. We got to check this out. Because that had to be a blowout. Because he was plus 20. That they still outscored them by 20. So let's check this out. Yes, they blew them out by 19. Paul Gasol 21-18. So Paul Gasol helped him out that game. 15 from Trevor Ariza, 14 from Andrew Bynum. So yeah, Paul Gasol damn near he basically had a 20-20 game. So Paul Gasol helped him out that game. Kobe didn't really have it. but they was a plus 20. Everybody helped out. Everybody helped out. The infamous Game 7 versus Boston. He led both teams in points and rebounds. He was 6 for 24, but he was getting doubled and triple teamed that whole game. And it was even when he was on the floor. He didn't have a negative plus minus. And then you have 2012, where he had 17, 8 assists, 1 block, 100% from the 3-point line. He only took 4 free throws, but only made 1. And a plus 9. So in every Game 7, regardless of his stats, he was always a plus when he was on the floor. And he was 5-1 in Game 7s. Come on now. And that infamous 6 for 24, you got to watch that game to see how great he was on defense, holding Ray Allen to 4 for 18, and then leading both teams in points and rebounds. Kobe is 5-1 in Game 7s, which means he was going to win, regardless of how bad he was shooting or anything. He was going to get the W. Now, let's check out this Sacramento game. Okay, boom. He had 30, 10, and 7. Shaquille O'Neal had 35, 13. Derek Fisher, 13. Robert Horry, 16. So he was right there with Shaq, bringing him over the hump. The Phoenix game. "24 points. He got 16 from Luke Walton and 12 from Lamar Odom. Look at this. 21 from Boris Diaw, 13 Steve Nash, 14 Sean Marion, 13 from Rajah Bell, 10 from James Jones, 12 from Tim Thomas, 26 from Leandro Barbosa, who was very underrated. How was he going to beat that? Come on, bro. Kobe would have had to go for 50. He got 11 from Sasha Vujacic, but come on, bro. How is he going to beat that? Look at his team. He had Luke Walton, Kwame Brown, Smush Parker, Bryant Cooks, Sasha Vujacic, and Devin George. And he took these niggas to 7 games. Even though I don't agree with what he did. You know what I'm saying? Where he didn't take a shot in the second half. I remember that. I didn't agree with that at all. But that's when I knew Kobe was really getting tired of the Lakers. And he was frustrated and getting tired. And this was like, you know what I'm saying, he made a brash decision that he shouldn't have made. But he was getting tired. That's why the next year, after that, he asked to be traded. And I'm not going to lie, I wanted him to come to Detroit bad as hell. I was like, please come to Detroit. Please, please, please. But when he stayed, and they started balling, and then they got Powell, I was like, oh yeah, he good. Now I want to do the infamous game because I want to show y'all. You know what I'm saying? On the surface, oh, he shot. Listen, having a bad game and shooting bad, having a bad shooting game, is two totally different things. You can shoot bad and still have a really good game, but your shots just wasn't falling. But you rebounding, you playing defense. You might be getting to the line. And when people talk about analytics and all of this, you know what I'm saying, when they bring up LeBron or whoever they bring up, I asked them this. I said, okay, did those analytics help him win more than he lose? Or win more than Kobe? If his analytics and all that helped him win more than Kobe, you got it. But if it didn't, or if I don't see that he's a better player just off of what I'm looking at, then I really don't care what you're talking about. Boom. Paul Pierce had 18, Rasheed Wallace 11, Ray Allen 13, Rajon Rondo 14, Kevin Garnett 17. Boom. Nobody scored 20 points. Kobe had 23 and 13. Ron Artest, aka, well, the NBA player formerly known as Ron Artest, Meta World Peace, had 20 points. Paul Gasol had 19 and 18. Kobe led both teams in scoring, and he was second in rebounding on both teams. Come on, man. Come on, man. And if you watch the game, bro, and he had 2 assists. One assist was to Ron Artest, which Kobe a couple of years before probably wouldn't even made that pass. He probably would have forced up a shot. But he passes it to Meta World Peace, and he shoots the three for the dagger. Paul Gasol, he put that battery in Paul Gasol back. If you go and watch the Redeem Team documentary, after they lost the first year to Boston, he put that battery in Paul Gasol back for the next 2 years, bro. When they faced Boston again, all that PTSD came back, and Paul Gasol balled out, nigga. He balled out on this series. I swear Kobe is the only player that he can't have help. The help he had, they carry him. Every person that played on the team with Kobe, they carried him. Powell, Shaq, shit. I guess Derek Fisher carried Kobe too, huh? Y'all love doing that, bro. Even though it's so much information out here to show you that that's not true. So when people talk about Kobe game sevens and they go to the stats and everything like that, but don't really break down context of each game. The Houston game, the Houston game, he took 12 shots. He wasn't shooting that well. Pau Gasol was destroying them. And they had a good team. The Boston game, everybody wasn't really shooting that well. Nobody really even went over 20 points. But Kobe. The Sacramento game, him and Shaq was destroying them together. The Portland game, we know that started the dynasty. If Kobe don't go off in that second half and do what he did, they lose that game. And ain't no Shaq and Kobe dynasty, maybe. That got them to the finals. People act like they forget that. It was Kobe's 25 points, 11 rebounds, and 7 assists that got them to the finals. Him showing up in that second half. Because if you watch the game, Shaq was getting stifled. Arvidas Sabonis was doing a really good job in that fourth quarter on Shaq. But shout out to Shaq though. But man, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. This has been a requested video. Kobe is 5-1 in Game Sevens in his career. But you know, people like to go straight to the stats to say, oh, this, and that. I agree. He didn't shoot that well in Game Sevens, but he always got the W. But it's skewed. One game he had 47%. One game he had 50%. In one game he had 44%. These, you know what I'm saying? And then he had bad shooting games. The rest. But he doesn't have a negative plus minus at all. They was not getting outscored when Kobe was on the floor, which means his bad is some of the shooting games he was doing other things to help his team. Or his second star showed up just like he gonna show up for him. Kobe, I'm telling you, he's the only player that is not allowed for his teammate to show up. So they always got the win. So that's all I care about. Kobe was a winner. 5-1 in Game 7s in his career. I'm out, man. Peace. Like, share, subscribe. Hit that join button.